If you haven't done so yet, you need to just follow Jones on Facebook, all right? He is the fast food review critic of all critics. And recently, Jones has a trend going, all right? He's basically on this go big or go home trend. Now, it may be him, it may be the restaurant business going down this path, and he's just doing his duty of reviewing.
Right.
That's what he's going to argue. But the sandwiches that he's reviewed have been massive lately, like the size of his head. And he's like, oh, this was a pretty big sandwich. Like, yeah, no shit, we can see it. It's massive. It's on your, like you're trying to eat that.
There's one from Arby's called the Meat Mountain, and that just came out with. It's literally like a stack 8 inches high of just
But what was the most recent one? Wendy's?
Wendy's also has a jalapeno popper sandwich, but this wide. It wasn't quite as tall, but it was pretty wide.
It was wide.
So yeah, I think it's on the fast food industry to come up with something bigger and better than the next guy.
Okay.
So the question is like, where do you really get your money's worth? Of course, all these people coming out with big sandwiches, they might cost a lot, but are you getting your money's worth? And if you don't like sandwiches, where else can you go to try to find something that maybe you can spend your money on?
Yeah.
So it's our effort, besides my doing my food reviews on the flavor, but where do you get something that's worth the taste or the quantity of food that you're going to get?
Yeah, so we're looking at the money's worth here for fast food. For me, and we did have some questions, by the way, categorized as you got to be able to drive through
for a fast food
and get this.
Right.
So luckily for me, my number 3 does have drive-through.
Okay.
And that's Jimmy's John's. All right.
Commercial. Jimmy's. It gets me every time.
I laugh every time. I'm going to call it that for the rest of my life.
Jimmy's John's.
All right. Tony Bologna, whatever his name is, like Jimmy's John's. Like to me, I am always satisfied after eating a sub sandwich from Jimmy's John's.
That's where I'm going to disagree with you. I just don't think Jimmy John's is filling. I just think it's too light.
Always satisfied. I don't know why. Now I don't ever dabble in 1 through 4. Okay, I'm
go late menu.
Yeah, I'm 9 to what do they go to 17?
Yeah,
I'm 9 to 17. That's where I live. I've probably tried every sub in that group.
Okay,
and it tastes good. Right, great bread, simple ingredients.
Yep,
tasty, not too expensive. Right,
right.
So
yeah, it's
right in that good quality financial risk, if you want to say, on getting your money's worth.
Yes.
So it's not the top of the list, but that's a great starter for me. Is Jimmy's John's.
Okay, and that's the reason why this list is so good too, because you can get several different viewpoints. I mean, you guys completely disagree with us, but we'll give you these.
Now, Jones doesn't like the reasons
John's. Why, and I don't like Jimmy John's because I don't think it's filling. I'm more of like Southern comfort food, and so that's where our taste buds might differ.
Comparatively, can I ask you?
Yep.
Are you more filled up by a Subway sub? Or less?
It depends on what you get. Again, Subway, if you just do lunch meat itself, I don't think so. Yeah. But if you go something like teriyaki chicken, it's a little heavier, probably. My number 3 is good Southern comfort food, and that's Sonic. So everything at Sonic is basically fried, and that's the reason why I think you get good quality for what
This is why it's great, people.
Because you get filled up. And the great thing about it is it's really good tasting food, too. Everything on the menu, from the tater tots to the chili dogs to the burgers themselves, and then of course the drinks. They're most famous, I think, for the drinks, where you get the ocean waters and the cherry limeades and all those different things. So that's the reason where the value comes in from Sonic, because they have a wide menu, a plethora of stuff to get, and it always satisfies.
I think Sonic's basic cheeseburger is underrated.
I agree.
Because they have all these other big burgers, and I get sucked into, let's get something bigger.
Yeah.
And I don't like it as much as just like the normal cheeseburger. Right. It's one of the most underrated burgers out there, as far as it's like, this is your go-to burger, right? You got your Big Macs and your Whoppers and that's their cheeseburgers. Like, that's what they kind of made of, or took off with, and it's good.
Yeah. So Sonic is my number 3. My number 2 is something that I've reviewed a lot lately, and that's because their chicken sandwich is just so damn good, and that's Wendy's. So Wendy's, it's an inexpensive menu, so you can hardly find a combo that's going to be more than $8.99, which I think is great, because most fast food restaurants have moved their prices up. Wendy's has stayed pretty consistent with that. And the chicken sandwiches have actually gotten bigger. So most fast food restaurants will condensed as far as their quantity of food, where Wendy's has expanded it. That's the reason why Wendy's is my number 2. And I love their chicken, what they've done with their chicken sandwiches, because they put lots of different flavors. They got the bacon pub, they got the new jalapeno popper, they got your classic, which is you have fried or grilled, either one of them. So again, the variety of food will fill you up, and it's also good tasting too.
And I like Wendy's. It's probably not going to be on my list. I have been a fan of Wendy's breakfast.
Yes.
If you haven't tried it,
you need to
try it.
Yes.
Wendy's has good breakfast, and their breakfast fries, potatoes. Ooh, those are good.
Yeah.
Those are good. So I've been going to Wendy's if I'm going to eat a little breakfast and we got a little time.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive through there. That's been a good. They've been entered the race well, I think.
We both shook our fingers at the same time because I want to put out a point. You can get a Frosty in the morning as well, so you can get breakfast and a Frosty. Pro tip.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Frosties all day.
Yeah, dessert.
My number 2 is Hardees. Hardees has prided themselves on being bigger and better.
Yeah, they are big.
That's what they've always been about. They came up with the name Thick Burger,
Yes.
right? And when you first tried a Thick Burger, you were like, "Oh my god!"
Right.
And then they upped the flavor of the bun, and now the bun is better.
Right.
Right. So Hardees is bigger and better. They're trying to be. Is it going to be, as far as my scale goes? It's going to be the most pricey thing on my top 3.
If you had a Google ranking for it'd be the $3 signs.
Right,
for Hardees.
Yes, it would be $3 signs on your Yelps, right? But what they've done is they have the original Thick Burger, the Monster Thick Burger, the Frisco Thick Burger. I like the whole thick family, right?
I like it thick too.
I like the whole thick family. So for me, it is the priciest, but I think it's going to go the farthest when you have to break down what the cost ratio is going to be here, and I got to go with Hardees as my number 2.
Okay, I'll allow it, just because Hardees has curly fries, so I think you can substitute that in the
That's
combo.
the best, yes.
Help make it a little bit better. Their normal fries suck. I'll just be honest with it. They're normal,
not great.
normal
Does
steak
anyone
fries,
order
it's
the
bad.
normal fries at Hardees?
I hope not, because that's a bad decision.
You know, and it's probably evident by if you ever go through the drive-thru, they ask you curly fries.
Yes.
Because if you don't say it, they just assume you forgot to say it.
Right. Oh, you forgot something.
You curly fries? Oh God, yes, of course. My God, thank you.
You about ruined my
Thank you
day.
so much. Keep that 37 cents and put it in your jar. Number 1 for me. Number 1 for me is Burger King.
Whew, man, I disagree with your old 3.
I'm Burger King has a quality. I guess we would still consider $1 menu the $1.
Oh, yes,
We'll say $1. They have
Value menu.
they have a quality value menu.
Yeah.
Thank you. This may break some people's hearts. I think the 10 nuggets for $1.29 is legit. All right, give me the fries and then give me 10 nuggets on top of that meal for $1. Are you kidding me?
I hate their nuggets. Though.
Hate them or love them?
They're inedible.
I love them. I love them. Right, and then they got the 2 for $5 going on. Right, you need 2 Whoppers. What? Anything from McDonald's is puny and weak compared to what Burger King can throw. The Whopper in of itself makes the Big Mac look small.
This is why the show is great, because I'd rather eat my money rather than give it to Burger King.
The
because
Whopper,
that stuff is so bad.
The Whopper is the end-all, be-all of original sandwiches, flame-broiled, biggest, most flavor, most veggies.
Oh, man.
That's what I want. Burger King, number 1. No questions asked.
Oh, so much hate. My number 1, if you know me, you know what I'm going to say, is Taco Bell. The reason why Taco Bell is because it's been the best value for like 20 years. Like, there's been no other restaurant that can top it, because you have the $1 menu, which is filling in itself, but then also you have a quesadilla, which is only $3.49, which is still a meal in itself. And then you can get the $5 box. Somebody can find anything in the $5 box. The menu at Taco Bell, you have the same basically 7 ingredients combined in different ways, right? But it's the way that you find those different combinations, because everybody has a favorite at Taco Bell. You can't ask somebody what you're going to have at Taco Bell and they say, I really don't have what I'm going to get. Everybody knows before they go to Taco Bell what they're going to get. So you can eat at Taco Bell, and I've done massive experimentation with this. You can eat at Taco Bell for under $5 almost every single time that you go. And that's the reason why it's number 1 by far.
I love and thank you for all those that commented on our Facebook page. I love that someone kind of knew you were going that route, and they said, I would say Taco Bell, but I'm going to say it's the best place to feed your family.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go eat,
food,
they're thinking if I'm going to go eat by myself, I'm not going to Taco Bell. If I have to have multiple people I have to feed and save money, I'm going to Taco Bell. And I'm like, I agree with that. I'm taking my family there. We're probably going to spend, it feels like we got 20 tacos.
And you do. You can get 20. You can get 20 tacos.
Here's a rule as well at Taco Bell. Right, if you take 3 or more people, your order will have a taco missing.
True.
They have to do
inevitable.
it. It's a rule for the restaurant. If you order 16 tacos, you're getting 15. That's all there is to it. Kid number 3 is going to be pissed because they don't have a soft shell. That's just life. That's life with Taco Bell.
Get a mild sauce packet.